Hello, everybody, and welcome to Drive-Thru. I'm your host, Tony T, as we broadcast live here on Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place YouTube channel and throughout social media. We'll get you out here well before the top of the hour, give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games. That's what we do here on the Drive-Thru, Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, as we deliver live free sports picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later. And to deliver those winners are professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place. Let's take a peek at who'll be on the show for today. All right, we got Jovan Burts with us, Ninos. Brad Francis has been smoking the NBA. Of course, Ruffolo and Tony Brown in for Brittler tonight. All right, let's take a look at how they'll line up for this evening. We've got Brown, Francis, Burts, Ruffolo, Ninos, and then I will close this one out. All right, Chris, here we are. A little day out from college news. A lot of NBA on the board. Of course, everyone's attention now as we get the week of the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, Tony, it's finally here. The moment we were all preparing for, and we were on the eve of the tournament. But like you said, the money-making rests for no one. The schedule continues on. And, yeah, like you said, we've got some great NBA action tonight. One NHL game on the board as well, so tons of money to be made tonight.
Tons of money to be made on the board. I know who's ready to make it. It's our man Tony Brown. He's filling in today on the show for Bittler, who's still on vacation, his last day on vacation on the show. So let's bring in Tony Brown right now. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs, where he's doing fantastic work. Matter of fact, just look at his hockey. It's been on fire. So let's go ahead and get Tony Brown in right now as we go over to Skype. Tony Brown, what's happening?
How you guys doing out there? What's going on, Tom?
I'm doing great, doing great. All right, here we go. We're going to the NBA here at 10 Eastern Time. A lot of West Coast action tonight as the Kings will host the Bulls here. The Bulls laying 3.5, total 236.
Yeah, this is a pretty simple one for me, if you can call any game simple. I mean, these games will go crazy. We've seen Philly have to go to overtime with the basement Orlando yesterday. But when things go to par, this game should be a pretty easy one. And it's basically keeping it simple. I like the Bulls in this one. They're playing great ball. You know what they say about good teams winning and great teams covering. They have 41 wins, which puts them only like under Philly in the East Coast and Milwaukee. And then they have 37 covers in the 41 wins. So when they win, they're actually covering. And the odds makers have been dead on this season with Chicago. They're 10-0 in their last 10 games when they're tabbed as the favorite. And so they're taking on a Sacramento Kings team that's slumping right now, just to say the least. They have 2 wins in their last 10 contests, and that was against OKC and the Spurs. Like, everybody else have blown them out, and they're currently on a 4-game losing streak. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Look for Chicago to get the road win and cover in this one.
All right, Tony Brown here is on the Bulls here, laying the points here against the Kings. Hard to argue that, because when you look at the Kings' defense, it's just been terrible here. They've lost 4 straight, gave up 122 points per 100 possessions. The one injury note here, as you know, Tony Brown, is Zach LaVine, kind of questionable, dealing with a little bit of knee soreness. Any concern there, or do you think the Bulls can pretty much handle it?
From what I've seen this season, questionable means playing. When they're not playing, they just go ahead and rule them out. Or they at least jerk us and wait to the very tip-off and make it a game-time decision and pull them. But when you're going over the injury report, it's just like the NFL. These guys can be on the injury report all year. Someone's always dinged up, this and that. But I think it's one of those questionables, more leaning toward the probable. But even if he doesn't play, I think DeRozan and the rest of the group will have enough firepower to get it done.
All right, so Tony Brown here on the Bulls laying 3.5 against Sacramento. This one will have a start time of 10 Eastern Time over on NBA League Pass. All right, Tony Brown, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs, where you're doing fantastic work here over at the site. As I said here, 2,500 units of profit in the NHL. That's all documented. Of course, we're on the week of NCAA tournament action, a lot of minor tournaments, NBA as well. What do you have going on over at the site?
Yeah, we had a light day today. It was only one game in hockey. I didn't want to force it just because it was the only game on. And then we're getting ready for the March Madness tournament. So it's all NBA tonight. I got 3 great plays in the NBA. My top 3 picks on the board in pro basketball tonight. You can grab them individually, or you can get that 3-pack and bang your bookie 3 times over.
That's right, guys. Get on board with Tony Brown over at Pick Dogs. You see the numbers, almost 2,500 units of profit in NHL. Of course, tonight he's got a lot of NBA on the board. But again, here we are, the week of the NCAA tournament. Why don't you go with a long-term pass from Tony Brown? He has that 3-7. By the fact, that 30-day all-sports pass to get you every play from Tony Brown here for the next 3 days. That covers the NCAA tournament as well as the minor tournaments, NBA, right into the playoffs here as we get right into the play-in rounds around, well, it's regular season ends April 9th, so we're getting right into the postseason. There's a little bit of action there from Tony Brown. NHL as well for 30 days. And of course, Tony Brown, I know you've got that VIP 1-year pass, which is a fantastic value.
Right. It literally, you wouldn't have to buy a play again until the tournament of 2024. You get my whole baseball season. You get all the playoffs in the NBA, the NHL playoffs and Stanley Cup, everything. It's a full VIP 365 days to plays, and it's the only way to go if you're serious about making money betting sports.
That's right, guys. Get on board with Tony Brown's one-year VIP All Sports Pass. Affordable price for the year with this bankroll $1,300. That amounts to just almost over $110, $112 a month, which is fantastic value there. Getting Tony Brown's one-year VIP All Sports Pass. All right, Tony, we appreciate you joining us on the show today. Of course, you came in and you pinched a hit for Britt Bittler, who finished his vacation off the show. We'll be back Friday, but we'll have you again on tomorrow.
Yeah, man, I got to get paid more, man. I want to go on a nice vacation for a little while, so I'll keep doing these shows and see if it pans out. See you guys
tomorrow. There you
tomorrow.
go, brother. We'll see you tomorrow. Tony Brown here on the Drive to. Let's continue on our coverage here with Chris. Chris joins us here. Just a reminder, guys, be sure to subscribe to our channel. Free picks every single day. Of course, it all gets started with that morning show, and that morning show is at 10 a.m. Eastern time. You got Mitch, of course, Mitch with his 7 picks in 5 minutes. And of course, joined by Joe Madden following shortly thereafter with their sports betting picks show with covering odds, line moves, public fades, sports betting tools as well as is thrown into there, as well as a lot of picks. And of course, that's of course what shows up there after that. We've got the soccer show. We got the Fucking Crazy show, which is a soccer-related show, and the hockey-related shows back-to-back. And then, of course, we're here with the drive-through Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern time. Of course, we always ask for your help. Those likes, Chris, those thumbs up really help us out.
Absolutely, Tony, they do, because at the end of the day, I always say this, the people that are watching the shows, the ones that give us those likes, those thumbs up, that support, those subscriptions, you guys are the ones that we do this for each and every day. You're the reason that we get up and we do what we do. So keep those likes, those thumbs up coming in, those subscriptions, because each and every single one helps us out. And show you guys how much we appreciate it. We'll do a like goal today. 150 likes. I'm going to let you guys in on the 3 NBA plays I have for tonight. Sort of a couple same-game parlays, some props in there, but you can parlay them up, play them individually, and make some money tonight. But 150 likes, we'll get those for you.
150 likes. Keep them coming in. Let's continue on with the drive. Let's bring in Brad Francis, who's been smoking the boards in the NBA. Brad, what's happening?
What's up, guys? How's it going?
It's going great. All right, here we go. 7 Eastern time. We got the Cavaliers to host the Clippers here with Cleveland laying 7, total 214.
Yeah, and I'm rolling with the Clippers plus the 7 here. I think this number is a little bit inflated just because the Clippers are on a back-to-back tonight, but this is just way too many points. When it comes to the Cavs, they started off hot and was a moneymaker for me in the start of the season, but ever since losing Jared Allen, we've seen this team decline. They're 3-7 in their last 10 games, and without Allen, I just think guarding Zubac in the paint will be too much. The Clippers have size, and without Cleveland's big man, I think they're going to struggle. And the Clippers, they shoot a solid 36% from the three-point line, and that's actually the weakest area of the Cavs defense, is guarding the three-point shot, where they allow 34% of opposing teams' three-point shots. So, I think that could be a factor of keeping this one close if the Clippers could hit a few late threes to, push this in between that 7 number. And, the Clippers, they've been doing well. They're 7-3 straight up in their last 10 games. Out of the last 13 games, they covered the spread 9 times. And they've also dominated this series. The Clippers have beat the Cavs 7 out of the last 8 meetings, which, I thought was pretty wild. And like I said, I just think the Clippers defense, as well as their size, will play a big role in this game. So take the Clippers in all these points. I think they'll keep it close and, have the opportunity to win this one outright as well.
All right, Brad here is on the Clippers plus 7 here against the Cavaliers. All right, Chris, so we saw Reggie Jackson added that injury report today with the Clippers. Bit of a long list, but again, you're looking at a Cleveland Cavaliers team that's also been hit with injuries, down low with their big man. Of course, they've had issues with the guards as well, getting injured. And then when you look at the Cavaliers, they've lost, 5 of 7. And over that period of time, 26 in defensive efficiency. They're giving up 118 points per 100 possessions.
Yeah, Tony, you want to stretch a little bit further? It's 3-8 in their last. Brad said, with no Jared Allen, it's almost, it's just another wrench in the plans for the Cavaliers. I like the Clippers and the points as well. You're starting to see the Clippers, see the light at the end of the tunnel. Paul George probably coming back at the end of the month. So I think we're starting to see the Clippers really sort of build some confidence. I also like the under here. I think this could easily be the first to 100 wins if we even get to that point.
Now, you definitely get good effort here from the Clippers. Their big guys have been down, but the guys, they've really stepped up and been competitive in games. Clippers plus 7 against the Cavaliers. This one will have a start time, 7 Eastern time, NBA League Pass channel. All right, let's take a look over at Pick Dog Spring, where Brad Francis has been on fire in the NBA. Over 2,000 units of profit NBA documented. You go over to his profile page over at Pick Dogs Premium. You can scroll down to pick history, and you'll find every play that is recorded there. Okay, Brad, we got a 9-game card from the NBA tonight. We can start hitting March Madness this week, tomorrow with the college hoops. What do you have going on over the site?
Yeah, I'm keeping it very light tonight. Just with March Madness coming up and basically the NBA and just one NHL game. I'm just gonna have one NBA play tonight. It's my 5-star NBA premium pick. Favorite play on the board. It's a no-brainer for me, honestly. I'm super confident in it. So check that out. And then, of course, you got the 3-day, 7-day, 30-day passes. It's definitely the bang for your buck there. You can also team me up with another handicapper. You can never go wrong with that route as well.
All right, guys, so get on board with Brad Francis over at Pick Dogs Premium. You see the numbers in the NBA fully documented there on the site that we talked about. Also showing profit in the NHL, coming off a great NFL season as well. Brad has his 5-star premium pick from the NBA, his best bet tonight going. Or if you prefer the long-term passes, we've got that 1-month all-sports pass. So you'll get every play from Brad Francis here for 1 month, 30 days. You'll get all his NBA. That takes you right into the playoffs as well as NHL and his college basketball. Covers all the tournaments, NCAA tournament, those 3 minor tournaments, and of course, right in the first week of baseball with that 1-month all sports pass. As Brad said, add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion, even greater value there. Brad, as always, great having your show. Continue that success, and we'll talk to you later in the week.
All right, thank you guys. It was a pleasure.
You got it. Brad Francis here on the Drive to. Let's continue. I'm joined by Chris. By the way, if you missed any of our picks, we'll do a complete recap at the end of the show. Al Ninos will help us out with that. Of course, Chris, what do we say with our like goal?
Well, Tony, we started the climb. We're at 23 likes right now, 94 people watching. So, got a little bit of work to do, but we can get to 150 likes by the recap. We'll get you the 3 plays that I have in the NBA for tonight's action. And they're not on the premium side, but they're just as good. I love these plays, a couple same-game parlays and some props as well. We need about 123 more likes.
Let's get those likes coming in. Let's continue now on the drive-through. Jovan Burts, you'll find him over at Pick Dogs Premium. Jovan, what's happening?
Not much. Just putting these winning days together,
That's right. Just keep winning. Just seeing top of the leaderboards of Jovan. And tonight we're going to a marquee game on ESPN as the Jazz will host the Bucks. And the Bucks here laying a 1.5, total 232.
Yeah, and I'm on the Bucks in this one. Now, all the trends, go to the Jazz, and none really go to the Milwaukee Bucks, and that includes head-to-head with Utah covering the last 5 meetings. But I'm looking at, the fact that these 2 teams, they both need this game. Milwaukee needs this game because they're only a half point ahead of Philly for the 2nd seed, and they're going to want to keep that 2nd seed. Whereas the Jazz, they're in the battle, in seeding themselves. But I just think in this one, Giannis isn't going to be stopped in this game. I know that Rudy Gobert is coming back for this one, but he's dealing with a foot injury, so he's going to be slowed down. You also have Brook Lopez coming back into this game after not playing all season, with his back issue, and they're going to need him, to knock off the rust, for the playoff stretch. And for what he does for that team, I think he comes in, gives them some positive minutes in this game. He'll also there'll be Hassan Whiteside as a backup, and he's not going to be able to do anything with Giannis or whatever other big man that the Bucks have on the court. And I just think this is one of those games where the Bucks actually need this game, to stave off the Sixers, because the Sixers are playing tonight as well. So the seeding could change hands tonight if they don't get the job done. So I'm on them to the win and cover.
All right, Jovan here is on the Milwaukee Bucks laying the 1.5 against the Jazz. All right, Chris, we do see, looks like Gobert is going to play. Bogdanovich is the question mark. Lopez returns to lineup, giving the Bucks some much needed help around the hole defensively.
It's just a matter of seeing how long he's going to stay in the game and just getting his conditioning back up. But this was just one that was too hard for me to call from a side perspective, but I do love the over here. I think we're going to see a ton of points. I think we're going to see a game that finishes well into the 240s. And this could be a playoff-type atmosphere in what many, I think, would consider a potential finals preview.
Jovan, what do you say to those that are a little scared off what they saw on Saturday night with the Bucks holding down Curry but not getting the win in that game?
Well, I mean, I was on the right side in that game, so I don't know. But
of course.
Now, I mean, I'm not. I take it game by game with these guys. like I said, the trends aren't on their side. That's just a fact. And the head-to-head meetings, it's not to their side neither. I'm just looking at in-game player-to-player, matchups. I'm looking at that in this game more so than anything else. I mean, Jordan Clarkson went off his last game. I don't think he does that again. Not to the extent that he did. For dropping 40 plus. There's always Donovan Mitchell. He's a beast. But we also have on the other side, we have Drew Holiday. We have Chris Middleton. He could go off at any given moment. This is going to be a game where a lot of points are going to be scored, just like Chris said. And I think that Giannis is the difference maker in this one. And I don't think that a hobbled Rudy Gobert could stop him.
That's right. And of course, and also too in this one is the Jazz defensive form since the break have not been very good, giving up almost 118 points per 100 possessions. So we're not seeing any type of elite defense. That is not very good defense here from the Jazz. They haven't played that like that this second half of the season. Ever since they got off to that hot start defensively, and then when we were talking about those one-game homestands, and I don't know if that had anything to do with it. We saw a little tail off, and really hasn't been consistent since. Bucks 1.5 against the Jazz. This one will have a start time here of 10 Eastern time. This is your doubleheader game over on ESPN. Let's take a look over at Jovan Burts over at Pick Dog Spring, where he's just been an absolute fire for the year of 2022. 1,413 units of profit, coming off a strong day yesterday, showing profit the last 30 days, as well as a good profit in NBA. What do you have going on over at the site?
Yeah, I got 3 plays. It's Monday, so you know what that means. Trying to get money with my Money Bag Monday 3-pack, all NBA, no college basketball for today. We already know what's going on this week. It's the big dance. So, just all NBA. I actually have all totals in mind. So, if you like totals, you know where to get them at. You can also catch me on my 3-day, 7-day, 30-day, yearly. The whole nine. Match me with one other handicappers for the 2-for-1 cap promotional. It's all here at Sports Chat Place at Pick Dogs. Come get it.
Yeah, come get it with Jovan Burts over at Pick Dogs. Maybe you see the numbers: 1,413 units of profit for the year. All documented, as we said. If you go visit his profile page, scroll down to pick history. Every play is there, transparent. Tonight, as Jovan was saying, he's got his Money Bag Monday 3-pack from the NBA. His best bets. Get on board with that if you prefer. The long-term passes here, we're right into March Madness, start of the NCAA tournament. A 1-month all-sports pass will get you covered for the entire NCAA tournament, as well as the minor tournaments as well. Cover you for the rest of the NBA regular season. And, of course, as well as starting off with baseball. That first week of baseball is part of that 1-month all-sports pass from Jovan Burts. So get on board with that. You can add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion. Even greater value. You can match with Jovan, with Chris, with Brad, with El Ninos, me, Big Al. You pick the capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion. Jovan, is always great having your show. Continue that success, and we'll talk with you later in the week.
Absolutely. Have a good night. Win, and see you on Friday.
Win and see you on Friday. Jovan Burts here on the drive. Let's continue on here with Chris. Chris, where do we sit with our like goal?
I'll tell you again, making strides. We still have a bit of a ways to go. We got 48 likes, 146 people watching. So we're already almost at that point where if everybody that was watching just click the like button, doesn't cost you a cent. You'd get 3 plays for tonight's NBA action, a couple of same-game parlays, as well as a couple some props as well in there. Plays we can definitely make money with if you play them straight or parlay them up, whatever you want to do. But we still need about 94 likes to get there. We just jumped up to 56.
All right, keep those thumbs up coming in. Let's continue on here with the drive. It looks like it's Chris, front and center. We're going to 10 Eastern time as the T-Wolves are on the road facing the Spurs. Timberwolves laying 3.5. Total sits here at 242.
Yeah, and the Timberwolves, one of the hottest teams in the NBA right now, and they did have that clunker against the Magic. Well, I'll admit I was on the wrong side of, but that's neither here nor there. But, I just still don't think that, and Tony's laughing in the background because that was a pick that he gave on the drive-thru, so he pulled one over on me. But, we still can't ignore the fact that since the end of January, Minnesota 14-5-1 against the spread. They have 15 outright wins in that stretch, and they have the second best net rating in the NBA at a +9. And they're only behind the Celtics in that regard, who have been also one of the hotter teams in the league. And over that 20-game stretch, the Timberwolves, the only team in the NBA to rank top 5 in offensive and defensive efficiency. And they have 5 wins of 15 or more points in those last 7 games. This is a Spurs team that, has had some great play from DeJounte Murray. And, he's been playing pretty well. He's always a threat to get a double-double, potentially a triple-double here. but I like the Timberwolves here laying the points. If you kind of want something a little bit different, you want to spice it up a little bit, you could take the Timberwolves to win outright. And I believe it's Timberwolves to win outright and Murray to get a double-double at plus 190 or a triple-double at plus 800. But for the show here, we're going to take the Timberwolves laying the points.
Laying the points here with the Timberwolves. And we've got minus, actually, it should be actually -3. And the numbers moved down to 3.5 here since early, within the hour. Chris, now I'm seeing here in the injury reports, I'm seeing that Edwards looks like he's going to go, and that's a big key here for Minnesota.
Oh, absolutely it is. I think Anthony Edwards definitely one of the key cogs in Minnesota's rotation. And I'm not going to lie to you, when Anthony Edwards was drafted, I thought this was going to be another like an Andrew Wiggins or Anthony Bennett type situation where it was a player that you didn't necessarily see I don't want to say allure of going first overall, but the skill was there, but it was a matter of him proving it. Well, now he's proven it. This guy's putting up around, I believe it's close to 20 points a game. He's becoming one of the stars in Minnesota's lineup, right alongside Karl Anthony Towns and D'Angelo Russell. And this is the Minnesota team that I think a lot of people were hoping that they would see, when this whole tear down and rebuild was happening, and it's starting to come to fruition. So it's nice to see from Minnesota. I think San Antonio will get there as well. Like I said, they've got a budding star of their own in Murray, but I just like the direction that the Timberwolves are headed as well.
All right, we've got Chris here on the Timberwolves and Spurs here. The Timberwolves lay the points. Actually, 3.5 now is the number. And let's face it, Chris, the Spurs are a 26-42 team. I just hear a lot of people, not just on this show. I mean, I'm talking a lot of people talking up this Spurs team. They're 26-42 at the end of the day.
No, this is true. But I mean, realistically, this is the new wrinkle of that play-in tournament. It's that they're only a couple games out of a technical playoff spot right now. And with teams that are down there like the Pelicans, the Lakers are in free fall. There's even the Portland Trailblazers, who have been getting demolished since the All-Star break, are still a game out of a playoff spot right now. So, yes, the Spurs are 26. I think you said 26-42, but they're still in the mix. And I think they'll need to take advantage of spots down the stretch. I just don't see this as being one of those spots. I
agree with you there. Minnesota laying 3.5 now against the Spurs. This one will have a start time of, it looks like we've got it up here now at 10 Eastern time, over 8 Eastern time over on NBA League Pass Channel. All right, Chris, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium for tonight. We got a lot of action in the NBA. 9 games in total. You're showing profit over the last 30 days. What do you have going on over at the site?
We had a bit of an up and down weekend, but that's fine because we start a new week and we've got some action tonight. I got my Monday NBA money ball tonight, my favorite NBA play on the board. Got that for $29.95. All right, guys, we talk about long term all the time, and this, if basketball has been your game and this is the time of the year you've been waiting for, you're going to want to hop on long term. 3 days will get you, up until I believe the Thursday of the tournament, potentially the Friday if we get those plays in on Thursday night. The week will get you up into the second round of the NCAA tournament. The month will get you up until the national championship. And the year, when we always talk about it, it'll get you full seasons of all the major sports. Basically, if you buy every day for, I believe it's a 30-day or 40-day period, that'll pay for a year in itself. So you just got to check out Pick Dogs Premium. There's tons of value over there, whether it's just for the daily package or you pair me up with someone as part of the 2-for-1 capper promotion for 3-day, 7-day, 30-day. Whether you can pair me up with Tony T, get the host duo, Big Al, Little Al, Jovan, Brad, anyone else that you see on the show tonight or on any of our shows for that matter, pair us up. We're going to make you some money, but you got to go over to pickdogs.com premium pick section to do it.
That's right, guys. I get it right with Chris Ruffolo. Now up to 409 units of profit with 24-hour clock here on the grading here. 409 units of profit over the past 30 days. A good time to get on board with Chris. Of course, he's talked about his money ball play over at Pick Dogs for tonight. Again, that's a long-term pass that you want to focus on. He does have his tournament takeout kickoff special here. Every college hoops play now here during the tournaments, NCAA tournament, all the minor tournaments as well. $175 for Chris's college hoops tournament takeout kickoff special. Get every college basketball release he makes over the site for that low price over at Pick Dogs. Of course, you can also go longer term with a 1-month all sports pass. He'll include his NBA, NHL, and of course, when baseball, that first week of baseball under that 1-month all sports pass. And let's continue on here with the show. I'm joined here with Chris. Chris, so where do we sit with our light goal?
Well, Tony, I did what I could. We're at 93 likes right now. It's up to you and Al Ninos. We got to 185 people watching. Need 57 more likes to be able to get our plays for tonight's action from the NBA. Like I said, it'll be a total of 3 plays, a couple of same game parlays, and some player props in there as well. But we need about 55 more likes to get there.
Keep those likes, those coming in. Let's continue on here with the show. Time to welcome Al Ninos to the drive-thru. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs Print. Let's see if we can get Al in right now. We got off the poker table. Here he goes. Al, what's happening?
I'm going good here. How are you?
Going great. All right, here we go. Late night action. Last game on the board. Here we go. This is Al Ninos versus Chris Ruffolo right here. It's stamped. Lakers here to host the Raptors here with the Raptors 5 on the road, total 225.
Yeah, it is. And, it's funny he mentioned the Lakers free-falling because don't you have to be somewhere kind of high to start free-falling? I don't think the Lakers ever got anywhere to be free-falling. It's just been digging themselves a hole since the start of the season. And, it's getting tough. It's getting tough being a Lakers fan again. But, anyways, on the other side, we got the Raptors, which I've gone against a lot too. But, they're obviously playing the better basketball. It's hard to be playing any worse than the Lakers are right now. Not only that, but also have the rest advantage. I thought the Lakers were getting enough points last night. I definitely don't think they're getting enough points tonight. So I'm laying it with the Raptors, and so much for my Lakers.
I should take a screenshot
go
here.
Wallet over heart tonight.
I'm gonna hold up. Smile. I'm gonna take a screenshot here, Al Ninos, of this. Okay, here we go. Hang on. All right. I just want to get a screenshot. Those that say Al Ninos never go against the Lakers, I got one screenshot to prove them wrong, right there. All right, Chris. Now I know what Chris is going to do. He's going to say that he likes the Lakers in this one, right, Chris? That's what you're going to do.
Tony, did you have something before we started the show? I mean, come on. I've been driving this Lakers fade train for a couple of months now. I will say this. I'll respond to Al's statement with this. You can be in free fall based on how high they thought they were going to be coming into the season when they had their big 3, but they're just okay. I won't call it a free fall. I'll call it a slide. But no, I'm with Al on this one. It's easy to pounce on the Lakers and say just because they had their worst loss since LeBron came to the Lakers in that 29-point loss to the Suns. But realistically, there's just more at play here. Without Anthony Davis in the lineup, this Lakers team has not been good. I think he's the glue that holds it all together. And as much as LeBron James has been playing well, and congratulations for that 30,000 and 10,000 mark that he hit, it's still not enough. The Raptors are just too deep here, so I got to go with the Raptors laying the points.
All right, agreement there on the Raptors laying 5 here against the Lakers. Still a question mark in Van Fleet, but you guys don't seem to be worried about that. They should just think it's not a non-issue. Okay, so Al Ninos officially off the Lakers bandwagon. He's on his own bandwagon right now. We'll see. Maybe he'll jump on the Clippers. We don't know. But anyway, no chance that's going to happen, right? All right, here we go. Raptors laying 5 against the Lakers. This one will have a start time of 10:30 Eastern time. It's only on NBA League Pass channel. All right, Ninos, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium, where you're doing fine work in the NHL. 1,826 units of profit. Document, don't forget the NBA. He's approaching 1,000 units in the NBA as well. 994 units of profit in the NBA. 9th game card from the NBA. What do you have going on over at the site?
Yeah, I got passed on the NHL today. It was pretty much as ugly a game they could come up with for the only game of the day. And but I did like 3 plays in the NBA, so I have a 3-pack there. So check that out, or grab a long-term pass. Pair me up with the other favorite capper.
That's right, guys. Get on board with Al Ninos over at Pick Dogs Premium. 1,826 units of profit. NHL document approaching 1,000 units in the NBA. Of course, tonight he's got his alphabet. He's got an NBA 3-pointer where he takes his best bets from the NBA and turns it into one pass. $40, affordable pricing over at Pick Dogs Premium. Of course, the long-term passes we've been talking about all show long, that 30-day all-sports pass with all these sports overlapping. You got the NBA, end of the regular season. You got the postseason starting. Same with the NHL. We've got the college basketball, major tournament, and 3 minor tournaments. We got baseball, the first week of baseball falling within that 1-month all-sports pass. It's a great value right now. And by the way, you can also add a second capper, even a greater discount when you get that 2-for-1 capper promotion over at Pick Dogs. You can match Al with Big Al, with Jovan. You can match him up with Brad, with James Clark, with Chris, yours truly, you name it. 2-for-1 capper promotion, your best value there over at Pick Dogs. All right, Ninos, as always, great having you on the show. I'll ask you to hold on for just a little bit as we'll go over the recap with you in a little bit.
I'll be right here.
All right, El Ninos here on the drive. So let's continue on with the show. Guys, reminder, if we miss any of our picks, including El Ninos' pick with the Raptors and Lakers, if you missed it, you got to stay tuned for that one. Be sure to stay tuned for the recap. We'll give you all the picks. Of course, Chris, where do we sit with our like goal?
Tony, speaking of YouTube, I think we have the comment of the year so far, calling the Lakers not the purple and gold, but the purple and fold. Oh. So that might be the new comment of the year for me so far. But we got 110 likes right now, 191 people watching. You only need about half of you that are watching. If you haven't hit the like button, click that like button. It doesn't cost you a cent. We'll get you 3 plays for the NBA action tonight. Like I said, you could parlay them up or play them straight. A couple same-game parlays and some player props in there. But we need about 36 more likes and an updated count for you guys to get those plays.
All right, guys, keep those likes, those thumbs up coming in. Let's continue on here with the drive-through. It's yours truly now up to bat here, so let me put up my game information tonight. Let's see what I got for you. Will it be one of those ugly dogs? No, I'm looking at a total. Although those ugly dogs have been coming in. They have been coming in. Here we go. Warriors to host the Wizards at 10 Eastern time. Warriors 11.5 total in this one. I'm going to go again with the total in this game. We're going to go over the total up to, but let me make sure if I got that total right. It seems a little light to me. No, it is. It's right. 224.5. That's where it was. It's not the 30s. That's right, because it's the Warriors in this game. So 224.5 is the total, and that's where I'm at. Going over. Now, we know the Wizards, as of the last hour, had a clean injury report. But let me refresh the injuries, because I always like to do that, because you never know. This is the NBA. You never know. Let's see here. What do we got? Anything on the... It's still clean. It's still a clean injury report here for the Washington Wizards. So we're okay there. Now, we know the Wizards have lost 6 of 8 after that horrible loss to Portland. I mean, that was disgusting. 127-118, that game late on Saturday night, which I happened to watch. The Wizards, over this period of time, at that 8-game period, they're 28th in defensive efficiency, giving up 121 points per 100 possessions, while they're scoring 117 per. They're a pretty good scoring team. They're much like last year. They can score, but they can't defend. Now, we know Golden State's won 3 straight after that win against the Bucks. They've won 4 straight. In that 4-game span, they're averaging 119 points per 100 possessions. The Wizards have gone over an 8 of 9. And, that number is, I think, a little light. And, of course, that might be the Draymond Green, situation here. It might have brought that total down a little bit. But, again, I don't know how much of an impact he's going to make in his first game back. He may be on a minutes restriction. Still has to work on his cardio. We don't know where that's at right now. There's a lot going on here for Draymond Green to try to get back into game shape. So I'm going over in this one, Chris.
Yeah, Tony, I can't disagree with you, but to give you a heads up, it looks like Draymond Green's slated for 20 to 23 minutes tonight. So we'll have to see how long, if that number is actually sustainable with Green's cardio. But like you said, this Golden State team, they're lighting the nets on fire. They're playing really well offensively, but the defense has taken a big slip from where it was early on in the season. That Washington Wizards game against Portland, like you said, that was just abysmal, and I think that's putting it nicely. But I do think there is enough talent on both sides to get us over into the 230s here. So I like the over as well.
Wizards and Warriors over 224.5, and this one will have a start time 10 Eastern time over on NBA League Pass channel. My best bet from the NBA is now on the board. You can pick it up over at Pick Dogs Premium. I'm also part of the 2-for-1 cap promotion, so you can match me up with Chris, with El Ninos, with Big Al, with James Clark. We also have Jovan Burts, Brad Francis, our Tony Brown, our 2-for-1 cap promotion. Your best value over at Pick Dogs Premium with my 3, 7, and 30 Sports Pass. So get on board with that over at Pick Dogs Premium. I would greatly appreciate it. So, all right, let's continue on with the show. By the way, if you missed any of our picks, we'll do a complete recap here at the end of the show. And Chris, where do we sit with our like goal?
Well, Tony, we're about 22 likes shy right now. We got 207 people watching. So we need basically about 10% of you. If you haven't hit the like button, hit it, and we'll get you those 3 plays for tonight's action. Like I said, 2 same-game parlays for tonight's action with some player props mixed in as well. It's 128 likes. We need 22 more from you to get those plays, so hit that like button.
Let's hit those likes button, those thumbs up. Let's keep them going. Let's continue on here on the drive-through. Time for the recap. Let's see El Ninos' camera set. Let's go. Here we go. We got started with the show with Tony Brown. Now, Tony Brown was on the Bulls laying 3.5 against the Kings. Brad Francis came in and said the Clippers +7 against the Cavaliers. Jovan was on the Bucks laying the 1.5 against the Jazz. Chris was on the T-Wolves laying 4.5 against the Spurs. El Ninos, that's right, El Ninos was on the Raptors -5 against the Lakers, and yours truly was on Wizards Warriors over 224.5. We'll start with Chris. Chris, other than your pick, which one do you like the best?
Tony, that the fact that we are talking about this and how much weight it holds, I've got to go with the Raptors -5 against the Lakers. This never happens. So I've got to take.
All right, you're not afraid of the El Ninos effect.
What, I don't know. I have no idea what you're talking about.
I guess you haven't caught the weekend shows in a while. All right, let's go over to El Ninos. Al, that's right. You're one of those guys that goes to bed at 5 a.m, like me almost. All right, let's go over to Al. Al, other than your pick, which one do you like the best?
We'll go with the Bucks. Should be a good game, but should expect them to bounce back after a tough loss.
All right, he likes the Bucks in this one, and one I'm going to take here is, boy, those Clippers +7 look really tempting, and that's the one right there. That Clips +7. You do get an honest effort from this Clippers team. I know it's a back-to-back situation, but the Cavaliers defensively has really went the other way without their big man in the middle. And one thing with the Clippers is they play hard. When you see them compete down the court, they're a lot with their big guys. No George, no Kawhi Leonard, and they're also missing Reggie Jackson this game. But they do have enough supporting cast here to get the job done. All right, we got the recap in. Chris, where do we sit now with our like goal?
I don't think we're at 149 likes. I think we're just there we go, 151. We're at our like goal. It scared me for a second, but we got our like goal.
we got our like goal. Let's turn it over to Chris.
All right. Jeez, you guys have got to stop scaring me and leaving it to the last minute. Anyways, we're going to look at three different games for tonight. First off, we'll start with the game that I was talking about. I'm kind of going to go an additional route with this. If you can bet it, I would do it. I would take the Minnesota Timberwolves to win and both teams to score 100 points. That's paying about -135 right now. I just think that's an absolute gift of a price considering the San Antonio Spurs are capable offensively. And like I said, with Murray leading the charge, he's good to, contribute, I'd say, at least 60, 65 points tonight, whether it's, by scoring them himself or getting the assists. So take the Minnesota Timberwolves and both teams to score 100 points. A same game parlay we're going to look at. We're going to look at the goal and Steph Curry to score over 23.5 points. It's one of people's favorite narratives to back, but it's the birthday angle. Steph Curry turns 34 today. He still doesn't look it, but that's not the point here. In his last 5 birthdays, he's had 32 points, 29, 27, 25, and 27 against this Washington Wizards team. I gotta think that Curry lights it up tonight. Gets back on track after a disappointing showing against the Bucks, where he put up just 8 points. So we take the Golden State Warriors to win and Steph Curry over in the points, and we're going to take De'Aaron Fox to go over 25.5 points tonight. It looked like the Kings were getting ready to sort of make Tyrese Halliburton the guy, but all of a sudden now he's with the Indiana Pacers, and now De'Aaron Fox back to looking like an all-star. In his last 14 games, he's put up 29.1 points per game. He's put up at least 20 points in each one and at least 24 in all but one of those games. I just think this is another spot where you get another great outing from De'Aaron Fox. He's hit over 25.5 in 11 of those 14 games. I got to go with the over again. So like I said, you can play these straight, parlay them up, whatever you want to do, but these are going to be the 3 plays. De'Aaron Fox over 25.5 points. The Minnesota Timberwolves to win and both teams to score 100. And for the Golden State Warriors game, it's going to be the Warriors to win and Steph Curry to score over 23.5 points.
All right, that was Chris. We thank you for your plays, Chris. Of course, we thank all the viewers and listeners here with their contribution, with those thumbs up, those likes. We greatly appreciate it. That'll do it for this edition of the Drive-Thru, guys. Be sure to tune again tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll do it all over again. We'll have Handicappers booked on the show, giving out live free sports picks for the games in prime time. We got a lot of college hoops action. The first to play-in games tomorrow, as well as some minor tournaments. So a lot going on, and we'll have about 4 NBA as well. And some hockey, so be sure to tune in tomorrow's show. We'll have some picks for you there for the primetime games. Don't forget, it all gets started here 10 a.m. Eastern Time with Mitch. He'll give you his 7 picks in 5 minutes. Of course, that follows by his sports betting pick show, as he's joined by Joe Madden as they give out some picks, look at the odds, public fades, betting tools information as well on that show at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Of course, we also have the Puck and Cray show with Joe Madden and the soccer show with Ashley and Goran leading up to us at 6 Eastern Time. All right, that'll do it for tonight. Let's bring in the crew from tonight. Wait, goodbye, everyone. Have yourself a great evening, and we'll talk with you guys again